Welcome back to Berkley Local, which is the show from the Berkeley Chamber of Commerce that focuses on your favorite local Berkeley businesses. I'm Chris Weigel. We're here at CMNtv. We're in the Solo Studio Pro. We're finally going to use this room to its full capacity today, but you're going to have to wait on that. Joining me, my guest today from Core LP Fitness, Long Play Fitness, is Judy Pagryzinsky, right?
Right.
Sometimes I refer to you as Paige.
You can, yes.
Sometimes Judy.
Sure.
Never Zinsky.
No.
Right. Welcome. Thank you for coming. What is Core LP Fitness?
Core LP Fitness is a small fitness or a small group and one-on-one studio in downtown Berkeley,
Okay.
and we use the Legree method.
The Legree method.
Yes.
The Legree method.
Yes.
And I think those are the words that we both just said multiple times. What is the Legree method?
The Legree method is a high-intensity, low-impact workout that uses the Megaformer machine, not the Reformer, but the Megaformer machine.
The Megaformer
Yes.
machine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'll
The
tell you.
Megaformer.
Yeah, your face is telling me to say more, so I'm going to say more.
That's why they hired me. Yes. Go ahead.
For sure. So the Legree method, like I said, is a high-intensity, low-impact workout. We use the patented Megaformer machine. On that machine, you're going to get the balance, flexibility, and core strength that you would get from a Pilates class. But you're going to get the strength, endurance, and cardiovascular work that you would get from a high-intensity workout. So if Pilates and boot camp had a baby, ergo Legree method.
Legree method. So where did this come from? Legree, what is Legree method? Was there a Legree? Is there a Legree? Are all of his forms mega? What is this?
Totally. So Sebastian Legree is a real man. He just turned 50 this year. So happy birthday, Sebastian.
Happy birthday, Sebastian.
He created the Megaformer in 1998. He was a Pilates instructor for many years and got frustrated that many of his clients would go after his Pilates class to go running or go to another class or another strength training class. And he just wanted a one and done machine where you could get all those benefits in 50 minutes.
Everything.
So, yeah. So he started out of his house in California and built his own machine. Then he built 4 machines in his house, and then he expanded into his first studio.
And when you say machine, it's this.
It's that thing, yes.
So what is this? Explain this in photos first. What is this?
For sure. So this is the Megaformer.
Okay.
It is basically a spring tension and pulley system.
Okay.
That allows you to use resistance in various different ways.
Okay.
So essentially you could have the resistance assisting you during a move, or you could be fighting against tension. So I always like to think of it as a rubber band. So you're pulling that rubber band apart and then slowly bringing it back together.
Sort of like these actual, these are all photos from your studio.
For sure.
In Berkeley. Okay.
Yes.
And you have, it looks like you have, I'm trying to find, you have a lot of them. You have a lot of these machines, right?
Yes, we have 7 in the group training room, and we have 1 in the private training room.
I'm assuming that's the private training room.
That is the private training room.
Very good. Okay. So what happens? If I'm a new person and I'm looking to get fit and I don't want to fall asleep at a Pilates class, so I come to you, what can I expect? Brand new, what do we do?
Totally. So we have a couple options. If you're a new client, we have a free class on Saturdays at 10 a.m. called Intro LP, where you're going to get a very thorough machine demonstration. You're going to get different ways to modify some of our most foundational moves. And then you're going to get a light 20-minute workout guided with an instructor. So that's always a great place I tell people to start. And then we also have a 2-week trial for $79, 2 weeks unlimited, where people can come and try out the method, try out the machinery. We have different classes based on your levels. We also have, again, that private training room. So some people like the privates first. We also have a discounted private your first time, if that's something you're interested in, to kind of learn about the method one-on-one. And then a lot of people do that and then bounce into the group training room when they feel comfortable. But it just depends on what you're looking for.
And how often per month is that Saturday available for the trial, the first thing?
Oh, for the intro?
Yeah.
It's every Saturday, but we're going to be switching it to Sunday. I almost forgot to say that. We're switching it to Sunday at 11, so that's happening not this weekend, but next weekend. Okay.
So in September, by the time this is out,
yes,
every Sunday.
Every Sunday
month.
at 11 a.m. It is a free class for you to try it out.
And do you have to register?
Absolutely. So there's Because there's only a few amount of machines.
Yep.
We only allow 6 people in that session.
Right.
So, yep, you can log in online and book that class or give us a call.
And then during the rest of the week, if you've enrolled in a class, what are your hours? How can people use the studio beyond that Sunday?
Totally. So we have classes all day, every day, starting as early as 5 a.m. in the morning if you're a real early bird, going as late to 6:15 at night is our last class of the day. So it depends on the day. Weekends, we only have the mornings, but Monday through Friday, we have classes early morning, midday, lunchtime, and evening.
So you and the Megaformers are working out all day, every single day, forever.
Forever,
At
yes.
Core LP Fitness.
That's it.
Core, I can kind of see what it connects to, like the human body. Core, you're working out. Fitness is self-explanatory. But the LP in parentheses, what does that mean?
Totally.
What does LP mean?
So our slogan is like a vinyl record or an LP. Fitness is a long play. It's a journey. So our mindset is that we're here to help you along that fitness journey. But we also believe that fitness is a lifestyle. So again, that lifestyle ties into the long play. And lastly, it's a very music-driven workout. So I was a music teacher for 10 years. Music is very much a part of who I am. So music and fitness and movement always go together.
So when you go to the studio,
yes,
there's constant music. Who's in charge of the playlist? How does that determine?
The instructors.
Okay.
The instructors, they all have a very distinct vibe. So
how many instructors do you have?
we have 3 on the floor right now and 1 going through training.
Okay. So at any point during, and so if I'm signing up for a session,
Mm-hmm.
and does it say which instructor and then what sort of like genre music I can expect, or what sort of, is there a playlist sample, or what are we looking at?
So actually you can find their Spotify
Okay, there we
on our
go.
instructors page.
Right,
So
okay.
you can kind of get a sense of who each instructor is and their vibe.
And how does the music connect to the actual workout that you do?
Absolutely. So it's like the energy of like a spin class or a boot camp. So it's like music is pumping, like
Okay.
you are like moving fast, essentially.
Okay.
Actually moving slow, but the
Okay.
music's high. Music's high energy.
It's intense.
Yeah,
That's what you're
it's
saying.
like-
Okay.
you know, rap, EDM. It's upbeat, pop music. Like it's upbeat.
And then is there a certain point, like after a number of years of training on a student's part, did they get to suggest a song or offer a playlist, or how, when did it?
Totally, yeah. So if they want to, we do some shout outs once in a while. We just had, when Beyonce came to town, we had everyone
Was it like
request their favorite Beyonce songs.
week? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very
Yes.
good. Okay. And I say that as student because you say this is the Legree method.
For sure.
Right. And so you are trained in the Legree method, or
Yes.
tell me how you say he's still alive. Sebastian is alive. So
Yes.
how did you encounter this, and why did you like it so much, the Legree method?
Absolutely. So I was training for my first half marathon when I moved to Los Angeles in 2015. And I kept running by the studio that had these massive black machines that you see right here.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking to myself, what the heck is that? I want to know more. I had taught fitness in the past. So once I was kind of established in LA, I went into the studio and asked if they were hiring. They were. And I got on the machine and was obsessed. I mean, there was nothing that I had done leading up to that. And I had taught boot camp, kickboxing, high intensity, everything you can think of. And there was nothing that worked my core in this way as effectively and as quickly.
And you immediately were given access to the Megaformer, right? You
Right.
didn't have to start on like a microform. None of those. They said, "Here,
No,
get on."
No, there was a studio of 6. They had 16 machines because LA, it's more well known.
And
in
it's
Los
the
Angeles.
inventor of
Correct.
right,
and he's
Legree.
he's in
Okay.
California.
And
so.
did you get to study directly under Legree?
So I did get certified at Legree HQ
Okay.
in California.
Okay.
Sebastian was not the trainer for that session, but he did come in.
Okay.
He did actually certify me recently in a level 2 certification.
Do you know offhand how many levels there are?
There are 3.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So I'm level 2.
So okay, briefly, what was it like? Did you have to study and practice for a test, or how do you get qualified?
Great question. So the Legree certifications themselves are not crazy. It's one major weekend, 18 hours, and then level 2 is 4 different trainings. However, the studios that I worked at, studios have a choice to do additional work or not, and I'm going to say lucky enough to work at a studio that took a lot of time
Right.
into training their
Legree's,
trainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the studio I worked at in Los Angeles took a lot of time to train us. So, yeah, I've been doing this for 8 years.
And so how often do you go back to get recertified? You know, like you said, level
Everything's
2
virtual
recently.
now, so it's really amazing.
Okay.
But you don't have to go back and get recertified, but there's always new information that you can like sign up for workshops. And
Are there new discoveries? Like, do you guys working at your studio with the Megaformers, do you ever make discoveries and then take them to Legree headquarters?
sometimes I take them to the master instructors that I'm
Okay.
that I know a little bit better.
Is there any specific innovation you guys have developed you want to talk about or that you guys are known for?
I don't know that we've created anything, but I will say that we are very form focused and we have a lot of experience under our belt.
Okay.
I'll say that.
And your instructors, aside from you at the facility, have they trained? What is their qualification?
Yeah, so everyone is a Legree certified level 1 instructor.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Arsharel a shout out because Arsharel also has 3 years of experience going into this. So again, that's what I kind of promote.
Okay.
So we have a lot of experience teaching
So
us.
you said earlier that it's sort of like it's like Pilates but more intense, right? Or it has more of a workout component.
So Pilates was created by Joseph Pilates in a way to rehab soldiers.
Okay.
So that is what Pilates was based off of. Obviously, it has expanded over the years because I think it was World War I or World War II. I can't remember.
Okay.
So a lot of time to develop this method. But Pilates is more low impact, low intensity. There are Pilates instructors who would disagree with me on that, and that's okay.
Okay.
But what we're adding in with Legree is more of the cardio, endurance, and strength training component. So you're going to sweat. Your heart rate's going to go up. Your muscles are going to shake.
So just like the different instructors have different playlists, do your different instructors have different temperaments? Are there more intense? So give me some background on yourself and your instructors.
Sure. So I would say I'm like the form queen. So I am very, very form focused.
Is that an official title?
I mean, that's like my nickname. So
Okay.
yeah. So I'm the form queen. I'm the nitpicky one.
So in other words, like, is that you pointing out form right there?
Yes.
With the student? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that if in the class, if someone's knee is not, or maybe could improve.
1,000%.
Right.
I'm like all over it.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you ever use a magnifying glass? No? Okay. So there's the form queen.
Yes.
But then other instructors.
Okay, so that's Arsharel. Arsharel has energy through the roof.
Okay.
I mean, she is, in my opinion, so fun to be in class with because she's going to, like you asked me earlier, I have a drill sergeant.
Right,
She's
drill
the closest
sergeant.
thing to my drill sergeant. She's
Okay.
going to be like, you can't stop. Keep going. Like, that's her vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what else? What other flavors of instruction are available?
So we have Danielle.
Okay.
And Danielle is, I always say she's the funny one. She always has the best, like, sarcastic jokes.
Okay.
And is very silly, very personable.
Okay.
So Danielle is the funny one, I guess.
Okay.
And Nicole has just gotten on the schedule, and she is also very form focused and extremely friendly. So we're still getting to know what her vibe is quite yet, but we're excited to see her flourish.
So it sounds like it's an intense by its very nature, but it's not totally overwhelming for someone who's brand new coming to Core LP Fitness. But if they got further into the Legree method,
Right.
Do things ramp up ever? Is there
Totally.
Is there an option? Do you think in the future you guys might offer a session where it is like, I don't know, boot camp, like super boot camp times 2 or something? Or what do you think about that?
we are able. The great thing about these machines is you're able to make it as hard or as modified as you'd like.
Okay.
So I could have someone. And we do every day have someone who's brand new next to someone who's taken 100, 200 classes. So we can kick both of their butts at the same time.
Right in the same session.
Right in the same session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So why, you said you did music and then you decided to do fitness because you saw the machines in the window at Legree's method.
So the studio I was at is the Studio MDR in Los Angeles.
Okay, what
so
is
they're another brand of Legree is a license.
Right. Legree is a practice, right?
Legree is a practice, yes. And
yeah.
and each studio is allowed to create their own brand or name.
Okay.
So we're not like Orange Theory, where we're always going to have Orange Theory on the door. We're our own brand.
What shorthand? What is Orange Theory? It's not citrus related.
No, it's like it's a running rowing and floor dumbbell workout.
Okay.
Yes.
And so Core Fitness is sort of your personal vision of Legree?
Yeah, Core LP is our
LP Fitness. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's our brand.
And then the music, obviously, LP and the soundtrack going into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm guessing, like, because you do this all the time, are you personally ever sore anymore?
Yes. In fact, I literally just taught a class on Monday that I did on Tuesday.
Okay.
And I'm still sore from that class that I just taught myself. So you can't plateau on this machine. That's the cool part about it.
But people are coming to you guys expecting and understanding they'll be worked out. And
correct.
There's a little bit of soreness. There's going to be a little bit of pain, but that's the only way to achieve it.
I would say, some people will disagree with me, I don't think it's debilitating. Like
that's always good, yeah.
Like some workouts you go and you like leave and you're just like, I can't walk the next day.
Right, you need a separate machine to get you to your car.
Correct, right? I think that's one thing that's really amazing about Legree is you're getting stretching in the workout. So yes, you're going to feel some soreness, or you might twist and be like, oh, I feel my obliques. They were worked yesterday, but you're never going to be like stuck in bed like I can't walk down the stairs.
No incapacitation.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
and you guys are in Berkley on 12 Mile.
Yes.
And it's when did you open the facility?
We opened in Berkley February of this year.
So what's it like being in downtown Berkley?
I love it. Everyone in Berkeley is so nice and welcoming.
Was that personality of Berkeley the reason why you chose Berkeley, or what did you settle for?
I thought Berkeley would be a nice place because the fitness world is very, very oversaturated in this area.
Okay.
So I kind of saw Berkeley as an up and coming community, and a community that didn't have anything even remotely close to this.
Right.
So I also thought it was very centralized for where my client. I had home clients before, so I started in 2020 in my house with one. So I thought it was a nice local way to get all my clients.
Do you think you brought the first megaformer device within Berkeley city limits? Do you think?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
There wasn't one.
No.
And how is the fitness world in Berkeley? Is it highly competitive? Do you get along?
No, we get along. We
good.
actually, I'm going to give Paul a shout out from Anytime Fitness. He's wonderful. Tracy from TLG Fitness, outstanding. We actually just all did what's called the Berkeley Fit Crawl, our first ever Berkeley Fit Crawl, the end of July, where we started at Dog and Pony Show. And we went with the Dog and Pony Show Run Club around to every studio. 6 of the 7 of us, we stopped at each place, and they did like a 20 to 30 minute workout. And then we came back together and got like massages from local massage places and physical therapists. And we raised over $700 for Berkeley High School athletics. Wow. So it was a really cool event.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very good. So everyone in the community gets along, and they know that if they want to experience the megaformer, they need to head to Core LP Fitness.
Absolutely.
Or at least go to corelpfitness.com.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now we've built it up, we've hyped it, we've really, everyone's had to kind of imagine it. But today, here in the Solo Studio Pro for the first time, it's not a megaformer.
No.
But it is what did you bring?
So what we have is a microformer, which I'm gonna walk over to in a second here. And
I'm going to make sure they can still hear you. Yes, but go ahead.
So this is a microformer. It is an at-home version that was created during the COVID pandemic when the studios had to shut down. So this is a miniature version of the machinery. It cannot do all the things that the megaformer can do, but it is a nice, in my opinion, supplement.
Okay, so we're looking at it. We can see some numbers. We can see some bars. Just briefly explain, like, what are the knobs? What are we doing?
Totally. So I'm going to come down here and kind of poke around.
Yeah.
So every machine that Legree has 3 basic components. So we always have a front platform that doesn't move.
Right.
We have a back platform that doesn't move.
Okay.
And then we have a carriage that slides. This does move.
Okay.
So you can always tell where the front is because the carriage sits at the front.
Wow. Okay. So it snaps back like that. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. So that thing you just heard is the springs and the tension.
Okay.
So every machine also has spring tension, which makes the workout what it is. The biggest thing about spring tension is that we're not restricted by gravity. So you can get more range of motion. That's where the flexibility piece comes in.
Okay. And this is this is the one you brought. So this one is mobile.
This is
you
mobile.
can take it home. Okay.
Yes.
So someone comes in and with all that tension, what are you trying to do?
Totally. So we work core, obliques, arms, and cheeks in every workout.
Okay. In that order? Is the order specific or?
No, well, we are core LP, so we like to incorporate core into
Sure, right.
pretty much everything that we do.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll show you a quick move.
Yeah, go ahead. What are we looking for here on the device that I will stay comfortably away from so I don't get hurt, but I trust you. You're an expert. Go ahead. Here on the Megaformer.
So this move I'm going to show you is one of our most basic moves. It's called reverse wheelbarrow, where we would come into a modified plank position. And essentially that tension underneath is like a rubber band. So as I push forward towards that back platform,
Yeah.
my deepest core muscles are going to start to shake. So I don't know if you can see it, but you might start to hear it in my voice a little bit. Essentially, we're working the shoulders, the core muscles. Think of like your ab roller from the 80s.
Okay.
This on steroids.
Wow.
Ab roller.
Yeah.
And that's essentially
And the numbers are what are we doing with the numbers?
totally. So we count to 4 as a slow 4 count. So if we were moving in class, we would say push your carriage for 1, push your carriage for 2, push your carriage for 3, and that's just your tempo. Keep it going as slow as possible.
Okay.
The slower you go in this workout is actually the more effective it is.
Now, are you holding back right now? Like, could you go all the way to 4 for like 45 minutes if you had to, or?
No, you're doing it move for about a minute to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was name that position again.
That was a wheelbarrow.
Okay. What's the next position?
Okay, so I'll show you a leg move. This is a lunge. I'll do my best to balance.
Okay.
But again, so we work core, obliques, arms, and cheeks. We believe that the legs are they are the biggest muscle group in your body. So we definitely work legs because it also burns the most energy.
Right. So there's no skipping leg day at core.
We do have a class called arms and abs. So if your legs are feeling hungover, you can come to that class.
I'm learning I only knew that from like a meme, but now and I also didn't know that legs could be hung over. This is very good. Okay. So yes, your legs don't have to drive after this, right?
No,
So go
they don't have
ahead.
to drive.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically I'm working my front leg, I'm working my glutes, my hamstrings, my hips. So you're getting a lot of hip flexion here.
Yes, I can see your shoe is vibrating. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you can see my muscles shaking, my body is shaking.
Okay.
I'm doing my best to focus and talk.
Yeah, you're maintaining your poise. Yes, very well. Very good.
But yeah, you can kind of see like it's just wobbling. So that shake is basically helping you build strength and endurance.
So how many of those would you have an ordinary student do in a given session?
So again, it depends on the day. Each day the workout changes. So some days
Okay.
are more legs, arms, some days are more obliques.
Okay.
You know, it just depends. But again, every exercise is about a minute to 2 minutes in time. So you're doing about six to 8 reps
Okay.
of each, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I promise
Right.
you it is.
And the machine stays fixed to the ground. It will not jump up at you. Okay, it won't snap back.
No,
Okay.
you'll move around the machine, so we could do exercises in any
Okay.
direction. All of it.
And what other possibilities? What other physical configurations are available in the Megaformer?
So I didn't bring the.
Oh,
Again, on the Megaformer, there's other bells and whistles. So
are you talking about those grips that look like this?
yes.
Okay,
the
so what are
handles.
those? Yes.
Yeah, so the handles can allow you to do a lot more exercises, including arm exercises. The picture right here, they're doing deadlifts on the machine.
On the machine. Okay.
Yep. So basically, the tension goes up to about 250 pounds of resistance.
Do you have clients that actually go that high right now?
No, because again, it's based on the move and where you are in the machine,
Right.
how that tension
Okay.
works for or against you.
Okay.
But no, I personally have never seen someone who is able to use all springs.
Is that for all springs?
Yeah, all
Okay, that's really
springs
intense.
and-
Okay.
Unless you're doing like a row. I mean, a row is like the only one I've seen people do.
And is that, do you do a row ever in your classes?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can you, is that something you can demonstrate with this, or would you need the grips for that?
I need the grippers for that.
Okay.
One. Yeah, sorry. I could show you more core and leg moves.
Just show, maybe one
or I
more.
can show you an oblique move.
Yeah, sure, yeah. What, oblique move, yes.
I'll show you an
So,
oblique move.
okay,
All right, so on the back of the machine,
Yep.
do a kneeling oblique crunch.
okay,
So you can see my lower half is a little twisted.
okay.
And essentially, I'd use my oblique, pull and round up.
And this is not hurting, or it's hurting correctly?
I mean, it's hurting correctly.
Okay, good,
Like
okay.
I'm shaking.
Okay, jeez, okay. And you do this all the time?
Yeah.
So it would kill me.
I do it about 3 times a week.
Oh my God, okay. And you have to, and just like you're doing now, you have to maintain like a normal conversational tone instead of screaming out, right?
Well, so the best thing about instructing is we don't have to do the workout while we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
We're paying more attention to you and your form to keep you safe.
Right. Okay. So when someone's doing the oblique, and what's sort of the common mistakes they make with their form that you say, hey, let's point something out here.
Okay, that's an amazing.
I hope maybe we can see this. Let's see. All right, so you're up there. Okay. Yeah.
You see
Okay.
my hands?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the biggest common mistake that people make in a plank, we're just gonna start with a plank,
Okay.
is that their hands are together. And
Shouldn't-
It's actually a no-no.
Don't keep your hands together.
No.
Separate them.
You want to separate and line them up with your elbows, and your elbows want to line up with your shoulders.
Okay.
Okay, the second mistake I always see is people really round their upper back. We actually want to push the chest down.
Okay.
Now we're ready to do that move.
So right now with your knees, you're pulling how many pounds of weight do you think?
I'm pulling against 7 plus the weight of the carriage.
Okay.
So it doesn't sound like a lot. Like
No.
you have to think your abdominals are smaller muscles.
Right. And then is
Like
that
I'm already sweating.
right? Did that
Doing it in top.
did that move that you just where it just slid back? Is that the favorite? Because that's like the release, and we're like, oh, okay, relax. We're
Everyone's
gonna
like, ride to the front.
ride the front. Okay, very good. All right. Anyway, anything else about the Megaformer or Legree? We have it here in the room. You haven't passed out. That's a good sign. I haven't either.
I guess I definitely just encourage everyone to come check us out. Again, we've got that 2-week trial coming on. 2-week trial unlimited. It's $79 for 2 weeks. You get to try all of our classes, beginner and experience friendly, and that free intro class coming Sundays at 11. I mean, you gotta come see it for yourself. I can describe it to tears, but
Exactly.
until you feel it, there's nothing else like it.
Well, I thank you, Judy Pagryzinsky at corelpfitness.com. Can you do one more move to take us out? Since
Sure.
we have this camera. Anything interesting and say like, yeah, this, don't put your hands together. But this is by far the most exhilarating and electrifying and resistance-inducing episode of Berkley Local. Everybody check it out, corelpfitness.com. And what am I looking for right now?
You're looking for the quiver of my voice, I got.
Oh, very good. Quiver your voice at Core LP Fitness. Thank you all. Thank you, Judy. I just need you to do about 150 more reps.
I can't.
And we will see you next time here on whatever this show is called. It's called Berkley Local. Let's see if I can stop the show. Bye.